Can you hear me now? I put my, let's see, she's telling me there's no sound. I'll give her a second to reply. Can you hear me now? Yes? Can you hear me? Okay, good. Sorry about that, guys. I was put my little microphone thing on and it didn't connect correctly. So, you know, again, technology. So I will kind of give a little start over here for you guys. I apologize. Joanne Pollock is the gal's name that I saw make this background. She used that folder that I stuck up there. I took it away already. The Layered Florals 3D embossing folders, what she used. I'll show you a couple other ones. I just grabbed some out of my stash, and I thought that this would be real pretty, but you need enough image that you can get down inside of here, because that's where you want your color down inside of there for the whole technique like to work. And then this was a brick. I thought that the brick might be kind of cool. And this I did before I even tried this side. And so that would need a little bit of work for me, but that would be really cool with the plants on it. So, what else did I tell you guys that you missed? I don't think anything. I think I was just, and I'm only on my phone, so I can only see the comments if I'm looking. So thanks for calling, Dawn. So you want to pick a few different colors. This looked really dark all of a sudden. And I'm starting with my lighter colors because you want to, we're going to go over the top. And so you want to make sure that they're lighter than your darkest color so that it covers it. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. So you can use a blender pen or blender pencil. Jeez, oh Pete, brush. I'm all flustered now. If you want, and I'm going to try that on the bigger one. This smaller, I'm using the little dauber on, but we're going on the debossed side, and we're just going to fill them in. We want to get it down in there to color the flower on the inside of the image. So maybe if I go like that, that works too. Get that color down in the holes, the splotch there, I thought I was being so good using my little lapel mic today. You can see how often I use it. I even had it hooked on my shirt, and I was walking around so that you guys could hear when I had to walk away. All right, so now we've got all the little tiny flowers colored in. I'm going to switch over to my Fresh Freesia. And we're going to try the blender brush on this one and see how it works. We want to get all that flower deep down in there, colored in. And I'll show you when I used the Zinnia folder after I did this one. And probably if I looked really close, these might be, oh no, they look like they're all petals. I was going to say these could be leaves that need to be green, but I'm pretty sure they're petals. So we're going with them being petals. But yeah, I was so excited to show you guys this after I gave it a try. She posted it, I don't even know how long ago she posted it, but I was like, ooh, I got to try that. And my new idea on the variation to the slide lock card, I was just running out of time today getting prepped for class. I'm going to make some cookies for class and get kind of ready, so I said, I better save that. And tomorrow is Christmas card night, so I'm going to try and make my Christmas card with that variation to that. Hi, Holly. And anybody else that I'm not seeing that's joined. All right, so we're just going through with our blender brush and filling in the debossed side of the folder. All right, now we got our fresh freesia on there. I did bring some Granny Apple Green. And I'm going to try and get these little guys that I know are leaves. And I'm doing my best just to get the tip of my brush with the green so that I can just get in there. And this is where I said that if you got too small of a pattern, it gets a little tricky to try and get the color just on the, but they do make even a tinier blending brush than this. Detail brush, I think they call it. Let's see, did I get all the flower or the leaves? And again, because we're going to go over it with a darker color, I'm not as worried about this green showing through. Now here you go, guys. Let's get ready for your mind to be blown here. Watch this. Oh, 2 seconds again. I'm going to make a mess. I forgot my wipey-offy mat. So you're going to take your darkest color and you're just going to drag it across. So let's see how I'm going to do this. Whoops. And of course, it's not coming out as dark as I want this time. So I'm just going to keep like applying some pressure where I want the color to fill in. And look at how cool that is. Isn't that pretty? And then let me wipe this off. Then the color will sink in, and because I had to press a little harder than I did on this first one, more of my flower is filled in. This one I must have gotten lucky and my pad was still a little juicier, and I didn't, well, I guess I did get a bunch of it on there, but it just looks like maybe I went darker with these flowers than I did those. But isn't that just the coolest ever? And it just pops those colors right out of there. I love how that green on the leaf just pops right out of there. So let me show you, let me finish this off and then I'll show you the, so then I have a, did I cut this down? I have a Granny Apple Green layer. So when you go to glue this down, this is very stick up-ish. So you're going to need a lot more glue. So go ahead and put your glue on. But then where they stick up, really glue them up there, because that's going to be where the card's really going to adhere to the paper. And then what I did was go back on my other one and I tried to eyeball in there. I'll show you. This one's got a little bigger nozzle on it than my other one, but I stuck my little nozzle in there where I knew I needed some glue to get the edge to stick down. And I just put a little extra in there like that. And then I stuck it down. So if you see that it's not sticking good enough around the edge for you, like this one here, just give a little squirt. Not too much, especially if you're using the Tombow. It'll be sticking everywhere. I'm going to call that good before I just love this. Good reason to make sure you got some re-inkers on hand, because I'm thinking that that really is sucking a lot of the ink out of the pad. So stick this on. Probably in all my excitement to get here, I'm surprised that I cut these the right size. And I just got a little teeny tiny border around. And then I went with my big flowers. The big flowers, Holly, I used fresh freesia. And I did it kind of dark. This one I didn't do as dark. And then the little tiny ones I used Highland Heather. And then I drag it with Gorgeous Grape. Then I just cut out from my Gorgeously Made dies. I cut out one of those labels. And then I got my handmade hugs. And I'm just going to use the With Love because you guys know I've been making a lot of birthday cards lately. So, and I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to go with Gorgeous, or Granny Apple Green, I think, for my words again on this one. So I got a With Love, and that can be anything, right? It doesn't have to be birthday. And then I cut this frondy thing out from my Gorgeously Made dies as well. Joanne had a really pretty, more of a longer sprig that stuck out. Hers she did in, her background was navy, and I think her flowers were Calypso Coral, I think she said. But I'm going to cut these off a little bit here. My other one I had a extra piece, so we'll see how this how it looks to put that on there. I'm going to put that across there. Let's see if I can put this one down below. What's that going to look like? Well, I think that'll look all right. So I'm going to put a little bit of, I guess I'll put some dimensional on there. No, I want to glue it on. I don't know how well vellum works with the liquid glue, but we'll give it a try. We'll give it a try and see. So we're going to stick that up like that. It's too big, so I'm just going to cut it off down underneath-ish. Then this one, I'm just going to kind of stick on there like that. And now I'll get a couple dimensionals. Thanks, Dawn. Hope you're feeling better. Looks like a nice day to be relaxing. Oh man, must be I'm not dry. Look at there, I got purple on there, guys. So be careful. I guess we gotta give our ink a little bit of time to dry. But that's alright. And so there we go. Let me show you. I showed you this at the beginning. I don't know if I was, oh good, Dawn. I don't know if I was muted or not at the time, but this is a really old folder. It was a little skinny one. And I thought, oh, that would be really neat to just make like a side piece there. But it's too tiny. we'd never be able to get our color down inside of that. I guess maybe if you had a brush and you wanted to fussy putz around with that much of it, you could do all that first and then drag the pad over. This is an older brick folder. I just went through with some Cajun Craze. Just this, I did this before I even did the purple one, just to see, not knowing what the detail it needed. So I just tried to do some of the tiles with my sponge dauber, and then I dragged or drug early espresso over the top. I think it's got a cool look to it. I would like this to be a little bit darker, I think, but it has a cool look if you're trying to do something like with the plant set. I think that that would be kind of cool. But I wanted to try that zinnia folder. I'm in love with this suite. Oh, Q-tips. Yeah, Q-tip would work. And this is how that one turned out. So let me explain real quick. I need one of those pointy things like Julie uses so that you could see where I'm pointing at. I went ahead with my orange, and I did a little bit of orange in the middle because when I look at the paper, I think it was orange, but didn't realize when I drag it, it was going to cover it up. So yellow might be a better alternate idea there to get the centers yellow, because on all the designer paper, I think these little dots, star-shapey kind of things are yellow. So I did yellow or orange, and then I went around a little bit with Flirty Flamingo, and then I tried to go around the full outside there with Real Red. Then I tried to come in with my green. But as you could see, as on the purple, when you drag it, it's dragging into the green. But that wasn't my thought, because when I dragged over it, it looked kind of ew. Because this area here on this folder, let me turn it over. You see how it's all white here? The pad is technically not going to hit those areas because the sticky uppy part of the flower is what the pad was going to drag across. So it just kind of sort of depends how the pressure, I don't know if the brayer, if we had a brayer and brayered across it, I could try that and see what it does. But I had to go over it again and push down sort of hard so that my white filled in. Otherwise, it was very spotty, and you can still see a little bit of the spottiness where it's not getting filled in all the way. Because it's, like I say, technically it's not really supposed to, because the pad is just touching what's on the top. So if we could figure that out, it would take this red out of the leafy part, and then we could have blended in these areas with another color if we could figure how to just get the top to get the color. But this is a zinnia. It does work. It does look kind of pretty, but like I said, you're going to have to make sure that you press down enough to fill in this color, and then just be aware that you're going to lose some of like your leaf. And probably right here, because I'm starting my pressure way down here. So if it was a bigger piece of paper, you could start your pressure and then drag it and then cut it down to the size that you need it. And so you're going to get a little bit maybe more uniform color looking. But anyway, I might still try and use that. That's the zinnia folder for anybody that's wondering how the more detailed filled in folder works. And this is not, I don't believe this is a 3D thick embossing folder like this guy. I don't remember it when I just did it. It wasn't this heavy duty thick like this one is. And this gives an awesome image. But another thing, you could spritz this with a little bit of water, run it through, and then give it a little bit of time to dry. And then you would have probably even a better image than sticking up. And it might allow then to drag that across. I might have to try that too and see. Then if you drag it across, you got a better image because the mist will break down the fibers as you go to run it through the folder. So it'll go deeper into it. And then, like I say, just let it dry a little bit so that your ink, you get your ink coverage that you want from it. But there we go. Again, I got this from Joanne Pollock on a card site that I hang out at once in a while. And that is the Layered Florals embossing folder. Oh, good, Holly. And this is the Simply Zinnia. So that's it for today, everybody. Off I go to continue my quest for class prep for tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow night because it's the 25th. 7 o'clock will be my Christmas card. And I hope to have it be that alternate idea to the slide lock card that I did Wednesday. So stay tuned, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Enjoy your day.